Morning, sir. How are you? How are you? Oh, don't look. Get your ball. Get your ball. Get your ball. I'll still say hi. Hi. He's handsome.
Hey, I don't know why he stopped dancing.
Because it's chilly out. Good morning. Good morning. Talk in the chat, people. Coming on a walk with me. So, those of you that have been following me for any length of time know that I used to be a runner, and I stopped when I moved to my husband's town because I was no longer running on the beach. And this is inland, so this is our amazing high school field, home of the Knights, home of the free and the brave. And I'm going to do some predictions for you guys while I walk around the track. So you can go ahead and chat. Hi, good morning, Susan. So I'm a tarot reader. You guys know that. So back to walking along here. I'm going to put my hood up too. Back to walking along. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get 2 miles in walking and hopefully work up to a run. And good morning, Francois. It is cold here. It's 38 degrees right now. My hands are freezing. Oh, I forgot my wedding band again. Dang it. So I'm going to try and do like 2 miles a day and work up to actually running again. So still working on the broken disc in my back. Well, that was scary. Here you can see what I look like running. Hi, good morning. No filter. So ask me what kind of predictions you want. I am a tarot reader, but I am also a psychic. So what does that mean? That means that I can give you predictions while I'm walking around the track like this. I don't need the cards. So we can talk about politics. We can talk about all kinds of stuff. So this, just to give you guys a little tour, is where I spent like all of my youth. And I'm just gonna put on some gloves. Let me flip this around. Go over to the bench while I put on some gloves. The hat that the Hutch was making fun of yesterday. This is an AstroTurf field, which is wildly expensive. When I moved back to town in 2016, one of the things that happened was this field was being redone. And that was one of the reasons why I did not run on the track when we first moved back and have gotten horribly out of shape. I am a mess. I have banged up discs and whatnot. So, hello, Erzabet. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, ask me questions. What do you want to know about the world? You want to talk about the Archbishop of Canterbury? I believe that's the guy who's in trouble. Prediction is that we are going to hear a lot more about that circumstance. Now, I think that there's a personal relationship between the individual that was not reported to the authority right now. I think it was a personal situation. Hi, Sylvia's daughter. Good morning. It is a brisk 38 degrees here. I'm going to get back in lane 8. So I'm walking around here. Oh, and I forgot to put my, I'm doing a workout on my crazy watcher, guys. Hang on. I'm just going to Set you right there for a second. Well, that's not going to work. Set you right. There's no place to put my phone. All right. Hi. Hi. I just got to set my phone. So, the Archbishop of Canterbury, let's talk about him. I think that this relationship that he has with this individual, start tracking, and there we go, we're tracking. All right, so I want to get credit. I want to get credit for this. So, all right, we'll get to that UK economy in a minute. So I do think that we're going to find out that there was a closer relationship with them. I think the Archduke of Canterbury, there's going to be some kind of, I know this sounds weird, but familial connection with him and the individual, that the perpetrator. I think we're going to find out that there's some close relationship with them. Is there going to be prosecution on those parts? I think the individual who committed the infraction is going to see some kind of trouble, but I don't think the Archduke or you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't think he's going to see any prosecution. I think he's going to step down. Archbishop of Canterbury, I'm saying Archduke. So, Trump beat the inauguration. Okay, I see that. So, yeah, this is the one that married H&M before their wedding. Yeah, it's, I think he's going to step down, and I think there's going to be a level of disgrace, but not as much disgrace as everyone would like to see. Woo, boy, it is beautiful out here. Beautiful and cold. Very, very cold. So, and let me know if you guys want to see this every morning, because I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do 2 miles every morning, and this way you get like your daily dose of predictions. So, I'll just do this for a little bit, not a whole lot. So we'll switch it up. We'll talk about the UK economy. So the UK economy right now is decidedly unstable. There's an instability to it. And I do think that there's going to be an infusion of funding into the UK economy. Now, I don't know where this is coming from. It does feel like foreign funds. It almost feels like another country is going to invest in the UK and invest in stabilizing the economy for the world purpose. And I do feel like it's coming from the United States. I do feel like, here, we'll uncover a little bit. I do feel like this is going to come from the United States once the new administration comes in. I think there's going to be parsing out of certain funds to plug up the holes in the dam, in the ship hull, whatever analogy you want to refer to. So I think that's coming next 6 to 8 months. All right. So, Francois, I actually was a cheerleader for my high school, and this was our home side, and that I used to do backflips and all kinds of crazy stuff. It's part of the reason why I'm so grievously injured now. They have since upgraded our field. This is a high school field, so that's the away side, but it used to be the home side, and they used to just have benches over there. But now this is the home side. It's pretty wild. So thank you, Francois. Thank you. Good morning, Emma. So will Trump be at the inauguration? Sylvia's daughter. Yes, I do think he is going to be at the inauguration. He's going to have to be. But I think the inauguration is going to be a little bit different this time. I think they are going to beef up the security. And just so you guys know, I'm about 3-hour train ride away from Washington, D.C. Ooh. The loud librarian and I are already trying to get some kind of tickets, because that's going to be the place to be, I think. I talked briefly with Greg Apedi about it. But I think that the inauguration there's going to be like a steel cage around the important players, let's put it that way. I think everybody's going to be there. I think they are poised for unrest and disturbances, let's put it that way. I don't think it's going to be as much protesters are going to be an issue as really outside damaging influences are going to be. So I think really they're looking at domestic and foreign influence in those situations. So I think we have to be very, very careful about how we conduct ourselves. God, it's so cold out here. Oh, is the other one. Hi, wifey. Good morning. I'm going to see you in a little bit. Just so you guys know, every month I give away a free reading, a free 1-hour private reading for my members. And this time around, wifey was the winner. So I'm going to see her later today for her private reading. Exciting, exciting. So, will Biden be at the inauguration? Yes, I do think he's going to be there, but I think he's going to be not the version of Joe that we saw the other day. Joe gave that speech the other day, and he seemed a lot more with it. Oh, hang on, I'm just flipping. I got these awesome gloves that have the little mitten parts. Whoo! 38 degrees. I am freezing. And my nose is running. Sorry if my nose is running, guys. So 22 people. Make sure you hit this like, guys, and let me know what you think of this. If you want to come on a little bit of a walk with me and get some morning predictions. Good morning, Grumpy. We were just chatting. Grumpy is feeling somewhat better, guys, but throw him some flowers in the comment. Make him feel good. He's on the mend. So, so the other day, Biden gave a speech. It was kind of his conciliatory speech for Kamala and like asking for calm and peace and whatnot during the transition. And I think he was very, very lucid. Then we saw him on the beach this weekend in Rehoboth Beach with Jill, and he was tripping over the sand. He looked like a mess. So I think that is the Joe that we're going to get for the inauguration. I think he is going to present as frail and old and not so good. I think they're gonna give us a Joe that really looks like he was incapable of tackling another presidency. Let's put it that way. So Missy, was it fake lucid or fake senile? I think they've been tinkering with his dosing. I really do think that that's what's been going on with him. I think there's some issues there, absolutely. Everybody has some issues at that age. I'm having issues where I'm forgetting stuff, and I'm 53. So, I think that we are, and I'm trying to keep up with the comments, guys. Hi, Trish. Oh, fur baby mama. So, I think that I'm going to flip this around so I'm not looking at it, so you guys can see my walk. So, Francois, we're going to talk about Jill and Kamala as well. So, thank you everybody for joining in. Please hit that like button. Look at this glorious morning here in New Jersey. Wow. Not doing any cheerleading right here, but guys, this used to be my spot right here. I literally would do multiple backflips right here. So, I'm not doing them today. So, I think that there was an effort to keep him, I don't want to say complacent, but placid, and it didn't work. I think they were tinkering with those medications a little too much. Everybody make sure you hit that like button for me. Tickle that algorithm. My channel is growing again. I did lose a bunch of subs over the weekend, which is annoying. Today is a jam-packed day. I was reading for people until almost 11:30 last night. So today's a jam-packed day, and I'm going to be reading probably until about 6:45, and then I'm going to come back, hopefully get some content done after my band meeting tonight. So should be pretty crazy. So no, wifey, what's going on with the military in Michigan? Fill me in. So Jill, yes, 11:30 p.m. and I was up at 5 a.m. So wild times. But you know, if you want that bikini bod, you got to get up early and make it happen. Bikini bodies happen in the winter, so we're making it happen. So hopefully I got to get Gregopedia to put that pool in this year. So Jill and Kamala, there is definitely a frostiness between the two of them, and I do think it's coming more from Jill. Jill is an incredibly spiteful and vindictive person. I don't think that she's a very nice person. Yeah, wifey, please send me a link. You can either text it or email it to me. That'll be great. Thank you. So she wanted the lifestyle and the legacy. And now, oh look, here I am. Shadow. I look way fatter than I am though. I'm bundled up. I got bundly booze on. You can see my legs are not that fat. So so I think she is pissed that the lifestyle is going away. Now there's going to be some maintenance of the lifestyle. She's still going to have like a pretty good lifestyle. You don't amass all that money during your lifetime in the political arena and not save some of it. You know, that doesn't happen. But I think she is going to miss the privilege. So what is the privilege? The privilege is very much like what Harry and Meghan are looking for. They want, you know, security surrounding them. They want the flashing lights. They want to not wait online at Starbucks, that kind of stuff. So, whew, it is cold, guys. It is cold. I had a muffler on my face yesterday. Not for snoring, but just for walking. So, I think that Jill is going to dig in twice as deep with her resentment because Joe can't. Joe doesn't care. In all honesty, again, you know, political prediction. I'm just walking at a clip here, Renee. I'm walking at a nice pace. I miss running. Running was really good for my head. You know, the runner high is real. And I do miss that a whole lot. So I'm going to get back to that because Lord knows I need it. But so I don't think Joe cares about the election anymore. I think he cared when he was dropped out, when he was shown the door. I think he cared a whole bunch then. I think he did fight for it a little bit. And I think Nancy made him an offer that he couldn't refuse. And I think now he is just, you know, resigned to this is what's going to happen. Now, the whole thing with the library, let's talk about the library. Funny, Grumpy. So I think the whole thing with the library is on hold right now. I said this in a reading the other night. I don't think he's getting the library until he croaks. I'm sorry, I can't say it any other way. I don't think he's getting that library until after he's gone. There's going to be purported issues with the location, with breaking the ground, with getting the permits. There's going to be all that nonsense, and they're just going to delay it until he's dead. Now, do I think that he's going to live as long as Jimmy Carter? Absolutely not. I think he's going to be GONE before we know it. And I do think it's going to be some kind of cerebral clotting kind of situation. So is it going to be suspicious? No, because he's old. But I do think there's going to be some kind of thing behind his exit. I think they want him to not talk. Now, Hunter, I think Hunter Again, this is for entertainment purposes only, making psychic predictions here. So Francois, did he get pushed out by Obama? I think it's more of a machine than one person. I think the O-Man is a major player in it. Hang on, there's some black sedans pulling up right now, coming to get me. No, I'm kidding, they're not coming to get me. I'm being chased by guys in black suits. But I think that there is more of a mechanism that is above Obama. Again, for entertainment purposes only, I'm just a psychic, and these are my psychic impressions and downloads. Please be kind in the comments. So, run. So, yeah, let's talk about Hunter a little bit. Hunter is going to be well protected until his father is gone. Once his father is out of the picture, I think all of the political privilege and clout goes out the window. And I think then he's kind of left to his own devices. He's going to undo himself. So, he'll act amok, maybe go back to, having a good time. Hi, new beginnings, do a backflip. I did my last backflip. I think I was 42 years old when I did my last backflip. I did make a joke with my chiropractor about doing one again, and he was like, oh, honey. So I don't think I'll be doing those anytime soon, but maybe on a trampoline. We have a trampoline. Maybe I'll do it on that. So, Twisted Tiara. Hi, honey bunny. It is super cold where I am right now. I'm not doing any backflips. Yeah, the sky is really blue. There we go. Nice blue sky. It's gorgeous out today. It's cold, but it's gorgeous out. So, in a few weeks, guys, we'll be running out here. Hopefully we'll get running. So, hopefully I'll have my Invisalign done in about 6 more weeks. So I'm sick of wearing these things in my mouth, and I will have my sunglasses, my prescription sunglasses will get here. Hopefully any day from China. Probably not going to be the right prescription, but so be it. It is what it is. So, all right, so let me scroll back, trying to see questions. So what happens to MM when they divorce? Dame Edna, let's talk about the Harkles a little bit. So I get a lot of anger from Harry. Essentially, everybody was talking about like when the ruse is going to drop, when Harry's going to realize that he was duped. And I think he is at that realization, but I think there's still a little bit of, plausible deniability there. Well, she said she really wanted this lifestyle. I believed her. I believed she wanted to do it. But what he's seeing behind closed doors is not what she's saying in public or in an interview or anything like that. So her behavior doesn't match her mouth. It's basically what we're seeing. So there's a certain amount of rage in him. Now, I said a few weeks ago that there was a blonde lady with him on one of those trips, and I do think it's an advisor. I think she is more of like I'm crying guys, more of like a PR advisor. She's advising him on how to conduct himself, kind of, putting the guardrails there when he's out and about. And it's all well and good, but I do think that she's advising him personally a little bit, unofficially. So there's a few people that said, oh, I think it's an attorney. I think it's some kind of a therapist. And originally I thought she was some kind of therapist, but I do think that she's a PR advisor who knows a bit about the psychology of people and how they are perceiving and absorbing the information from him that he's putting out. Hi, Ashley. Hey. Ashley, hi, good morning. I'm going for a walk and I'm making predictions. So I will be live later on in the day doing readings for you guys. You can go and find that video. It's going to be a little bit later on. I got a jam-packed day. But right now we're just doing walking predictions. Maybe that's what this is, walking predictions. So, yeah, the kid thing is going to be interesting. So let's go back to Meghan. So what is Meghan going to do after they split? She's, her biggest fear is that The View gets shut down because she needs that venue to be able to kind of spill her guts. Now, I do think that they're going to try and muzzle her. I think they're going to try and keep her quiet. And I do think that there's a divorce agreement. So it's not like a prenup, but it's like what if something happens? And I don't think that Meghan and Harry were in on that. I think that was crafted outside of their marriage. And to be sure, I think that there was one for Will and Kate as well, Will and Catherine. So I think after Charles and Diana crashed and burned so publicly, and Fergie and Andrew had such a public split, I think that the palace has put contingency plans in for any of the people that get married, any of the young people that get married. So I think they really are prepared for something. Did they have to zhuzh that plan with Meghan Markle because she started to present so wildly and unpredictably? She's very reactive. She's not as calculating as everyone thinks. She's much more reactive, and she really stepped in ish. This was a stepped in ish kind of situation. She just happened to put all of the pieces of the puzzle together and managed to get herself into a really amazing place. So, lucky girl. She should have just shut her mouth and stayed there. She would have been fine. But with that wicked royal family. So, is she going to write a book? She has a book written already. It's already written. It's sitting on a hard drive someplace. It's well protected. This might be on a thumb drive, but it's very well protected, and it's absolutely under wraps. It's not. We're not going to see it until the time comes. I don't even know if anyone knows about it. Is it fiction? Yeah, there's a lot of fiction in there. There is. Oh, everybody's been sick, Twisted Tiara. My whole house has been sick. I got both kids on antibiotics. I didn't go on antibiotics because I hate them. They make me feel weird, and they wreck my belly, and Augmentin makes me have wild, crazy dreams. Not interested. Pass. So, the name of the book will be Royal Word Salad. Just use the word royal. Yes, I don't know. I don't think she can use a royal mess. I think someone's trademarked that. But I think it's going to be a royal something. So thanks, guys, for watching with me. 35 of you in here. I hope you're enjoying this. So I give you a changed view, so you're not looking at my freezing cold face. You can see how fast I'm going. So, the kids are really a tough one for me. Archie, I definitely think that he is Harry's kid. And contrary to what other people think, I think that she was pregnant with Lily. Now, the provenance of those genetic bits, I don't know. But I think she wore a moon bump with Archie to conceal the date of delivery, just being a weirdo. I think it was, and that's an LA trick. Like when I was with my ex-husband, when I was still married to him, we had a lot of decoys for the celebrities that he worked with when they were very hot and happening. There was one particular rap rock band that they had decoys of the singer. And he'd be running out a door, and then they'd be taking him out another way. So I think wearing that moon bump, was a way to kind of throw people off the date. And I think the birth story is a facsimile of what actually happened there. Was there that nitrous tank available? I don't think so. I think Harry thought that he was maybe sucking up some grabbed a mask and was doing it, and cool guy, because he wants to be cool. He's so not cool. He's just not cool. Twisted Tiara, royally effed up, should be the title of her book. So Renee, you know what? I liked her for a hot minute too. I thought that she was very cute when she was on the Vanity Fair cover. I thought it was very interesting. I think had she played it that she was a working actress, working aging actress, she could have even done that. She could have gone with that route. I think it would have been a much better hit. And hang on, I'm getting pop-ups. I think it would have been a much better hit for her transition to being a duchess. I think it would have been. I think going with the Cinderella story from a upper middle class upbringing would have been a much better and more accessible hit. And I've always said she should have gone back to the Tig the minute they left. She should have gone back to, lifestyle. And it should have been live royally like us, but they should have gotten a sloppy surf shack up in Santa Cruz or something like that. That's up near San Francisco. So, hang on. So, answering Sylvia's daughter, why they haven't dealt with her in a permanent way is because, in any fashion, why haven't they dealt with her in any fashion? Because she's her own undoing. She is predictable at this point of being an F-up and being reactive instead of being calculating and strategic. So they don't have to. They just let her do what she's doing. She's just going to make a mess out of herself. So, with the trackable lies, the trackable perceptions, her truth, it's really easy for them to just kind of sit back and go, okay, we just have to put the safety net there for our wayward prince. Now, I do think when that split happens, I think I'm saying it again, they're going to tuck him away in England in an apartment, maybe in Scotland, maybe he goes to Balmoral, and just off season, and just kind of gets tucked up there, and they let him disappear for a bit. I think the kids are unfortunately going to initially stay with her, and then I think we get a split custody. I think they do half the year in England. I think King Charles is going to make a hard court press for English education for the kids, even though Archie is allegedly starting his education in the United States. I think he's really going to push for that English education, and I think Harry's just going to go along with it, specifically because of the security purposes. I worked in a school in LA in Santa Monica, and we had a lot of celebrity kids there. And they had bulletproof glass in the front. They had an antechamber that was all bulletproof glass. You couldn't get into the school without basically being, up one side and down the other. It was very tight security. It was actually a school that OJ's kids went to after the murder. And in the aftermath of it, they actually were enrolled there. Not while I was there, but they were actually there. I was there sometime after. But I do think that they're going to push for that, because I think LA is going to prove, or even any of the surrounding communities, Montecito, all of that, I think it's going to prove too sketchy and too lax and too friendly in terms of having a I'm just going to say member of the royal family there. I do think they're going to try and convert Archie into more of a junior member of the royal family. I think he too, like Harry's going to be relegated to a junior member of the family. He's not going to be on the inner circle anymore. For the time being, you know, I'm talking about the energetics right now. For the time being, he's not going to be anywhere near that inner circle. Not near William, Catherine, all of that. He's just not going to be a part of that. So I do think that Archie is going to be a part of that. Now, Lilibet is such a hard read, and I tell you guys this all the time. I just can't get a bead on that kid. I just can't pinpoint her. She is forever the baby in the Christmas photo, that first picture that we saw. Cute baby, by the way. Really cute baby. But she's always that baby. Now, the remote view that I did, I saw her with a woman in a large but not great shape house. You know, it was kind of outdated. It wasn't in poor condition, but it was outdated. So I don't. So Grumpy, I do think that a baby exists, but I don't know if she's with them. I think that whole story about having the surrogate, and the surrogate didn't want to give up, you know, the custody and didn't want to sign over. And I think she's decidedly American, which makes it even more complicated. So I do think that is going to be an interesting revelation. And I think the marriage, you know, has been hung on to because all of that comes out. All of that comes out when the divorce actually happens. I don't think they like each other right now. I don't think they want to be near each other. I do agree with the royal grift that video was AI. That last video we got of them is AI. It's not them. It's manufactured. So that is really curious. Like, why are we putting out AI videos? Like, very strange, right? So, woo, still cold. That wind is cold. Went right in my ear hole. So, you know, I have a feeling about Charles and Camilla. When Queen Margrethe abdicated, I know that they were discussing and entertaining the idea of retirement, royal retirement. And I think we're going to start to hear more about that. One of the interesting things is that Charles is looking at the budget because the coronation of William and Catherine is going to be massive. So, unfortunately, I think Charles is on a conveyor belt and headed toward the fullness of time. I'm sorry, guys. I don't think Camilla is doing great either. I think she is stronger than he is at the moment, though. So, I do think that he's going to go before she does. That's a prediction of mine at this present time. The energy's in place today. What is it? November 12th. We just came through the 11/11 portal. So, Sylvia started the whole Gitmo thing. Like, I don't even know about that. You know, I have some friends that are like, yeah, like, this one has already been, you know, taken off the earth plane, and this one's been taken off the earth plane, and these people are in Gitmo. And they're all bodied. I don't know if I believe that. Like, I just don't know if I believe that. I don't think that Tom Hanks is off the earth plane. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't think that Hillary is off the earth plane. God, she's like a cockroach. She's not going anywhere. So let's go back to Doria. So I think Doria has been refusing to be out and about in public. I think she kind of had enough of it. I think she said, you know, I can't keep up the the PR on this, and I think it got stamped. Boop. Okay, fine. I don't think the relationship was real anyway between her and her mother. I think she was kind of implemented to continue the narrative, which is really terrible. It's really, really awful. Like, if she just was like, come on, Mom. But I think she's just, like, kind of on a break. Like, she's not going to do that anymore. Wow, 40 minutes out here on the track, guys. I don't even know how far I went. So, hanging with her homies, taking all the cash. For a care service company that doesn't exist. Sylvia's daughter, I will do a session on Gitmo if you want. I'm still, Renee, I see your comment there. I do think Charles is going to go first. So, Ashley, you don't think the daughter exists either. She's in a hole with Buffalo Bill. Yeah, it's really wild, Twisted Tiara. Shanta says the same thing. She can't feel her energy. Yeah, it's really weird. Like, it doesn't feel like a rubber doll or anything like that, but it feels off. Like there's a disconnect. So, kind of wild. Oh, it's 8:30. I got to go to physical therapy. I think we're going to wrap up this lap. Physical therapy is just, 10 minutes away? I can keep going. What do you say? Should I keep going, guys? I don't know how many laps I've done. I'm not counting. I've got my wrist is counting for me. My watch is counting. But I'm trying to keep my abs in the whole time, because that's really my Achilles heel, or my Achilles abs. I've never had strong abs, despite being a gymnast. I never really had strong abs. I was always like my legs. My legs were my... Amanda, it's so cold here right now. Here, Amanda, it's so cold. Look, the trees. Oh, this is a great Mexican restaurant over there, guys. I don't know if you can see it through the trees. That is a great Mexican restaurant. Dun, 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 dun. Do I think that Charles loved Diana? I think he was affectionate with her. I think she was pretty enough. I think she was fun enough. And I think that he thought that would be enough. He did marry her with the perspective of it was a professional relationship. Nobody let her know that, though, which is unfortunate. So I do think that. Amanda, it was 38 degrees when I got on the track. What's your temperature there, honey? Grumpy, you have one big ab. I guess it does. I guess time does fly. I was going to listen to, I think it's David McCullough's 1776. It's a great book about the American Revolution. I've read it a million times, and I got it on tape because I wanted to re-listen. 41 folks. Hi, Prima. Yeah, I'm not feeling young, but so Angus has indoor season starting this weekend, and I'm gonna try and get some of the parents together to walk. I mean, we pretty much are dumping our kids off and handing over stacks of cash to the indoor percussion group. So I'm gonna see if some of the moms and dads, not gonna be exclusive to moms, but see if they want to go for a walk while the kids are in practice. I don't know, some of them will probably be like, hell no, too cold, but maybe I can turn into a fundraiser or something like that. So 80 degrees. You know what, Amanda, with the whole menopause thing, like I'm thinking like colder temperatures are going to be better for me. I'm like constantly breaking out in a sweat. So, I missed a comment. Hang on. I think I was talking about something. And I missed the comment. Whew. So, what else? I think we're kind of wrapping it up. 40 people went on this walk with me. Oh, Susan, you did a 2-mile walk too. Atta girl. Get on it. Get on it. 43 degrees where Sylvia's daughter is. Jeez Louise. It is winter. So according to the Farmer's Almanac, we are supposed to have a cold and dry winter. So that means little snow, lots of like frost and freezing. So not good. Not good. No, I don't. So Renee, I don't think that Charles wishes he stayed with Diana. I don't think that the relationship was fulfilling. I think his expectation of that marriage was that he would kind of do as one does when you are a prince. And she would have just entertained herself on the side. She was too needy for him. Now, Queen Camilla, was very different in terms of her independence. She had more of that courtly mindset for a wife, which is wild because he really does love her and he's really interacting with her all the time. She is his best friend. Camilla is his best friend, which is fantastic if you can find that in a relationship. I am one of those lucky people. My husband is my best friend. He drives me crazy sometimes, but he is my best friend. So, so Sylvia's daughter, Trump's first year successful or not? So, all right, American U.S. politics prediction. We're going to see some craziness at the inauguration, leading up to the inauguration. There's going to be complaining. There is going to be a lot of efforts that will be put in place to disrupt what he is about to do. Are those voices and efforts going to be successful to derail it? No, they're not going to be. Or is there going to be some complaint about... Good morning. Somebody behind me. Is there going to be some complaint about how he is running things and that he's a dictator and he's taking over everything? Yes, we're going to hear those voices, absolutely. But the staging that he's doing now, right now, he's doing everything that he needs to do to put a team in place. That's why we're hearing a lot of the PR. That's why we're getting these announcements. He's already talked to Putin. He's already talked to Netanyahu. He's already been on the phone with these people. It's not like, in all honesty, we don't have a president right now. There is no president of the United States. Mom's not home. But, they were trying to have Kamala Harris, run the country as a surrogate. During that really was her campaigning, was that she was going to run the country and show by example how great she is. Guys, hit my like button. Come on, hit it. And let me know if you want me to keep doing these. If this is annoying, if it's an annoying view, I can put something in the background, or I can let you just see what I see. Put a GoPro on. As I start to run, we may have to do that. Oh, look at that cute little car over there. So I think her campaigning was that she was acting as president. Look at what a great job I'm doing. I'm mopping up. I'm doing the job. And that failed miserably. That didn't work. So, she's just not a likable figurehead. Unfortunately, she's not a likable figurehead. Obama, likable guy, accessible guy. You could kind of sit down and, we had that stupid beer summit, which I thought was really terrible, but you could appreciate him as a leader who was trying to bridge the gap between the office and the people. I get that. Kamala wasn't doing that. I think her biggest failure, guys, was the two different campaign ads that she had One was pro-Israel, one was pro-Palestine. And they were shown in different places. And that was kind of highlighted. And it did show a duplicity to her that I think was really disappointing. I think, you know, when you don't show loyalty to one of the teams, you kind of have to deal with the fallout from that. So, let me check my time, guys. 38. Okay, 8:38. Bright and early. Bright and early. I've been here for almost an hour. So, yes, Amanda, Trump announcing his cabinet is like watching the NFL draft. So, let me know in the chat, did he appoint Elon Musk to the efficiency board? Are we having this efficiency committee? Hi, Stephanie. Good morning, my dear. Or good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. It's freezing cold here. Yeah, I had such a busy day yesterday, Kath F, that I have not really looked at the news. I have been running around like a chicken with my head chopped off. So, I'm going to do one more lap, guys. One more lap. Hit me, baby, one more time. So, I don't know if I know they were floating that Elon Musk was going to get appointed. I know Huckabee is the ambassador to Israel. And when somebody told me that, I was like, Sarah Huckabee? And they were like, no, or her dad. I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, I think that that's going to be interesting. Elon and Vivek are on the Doge team. Oh, okay, that's awesome. That's a real thing. Wow. I was not a Vivek fan. I didn't love him. I felt he was a little too cocky for me. I liked some of the stuff he was saying, but he was very, very cocky. And I get, like, you know, that you have to have some kind of bravado, especially when he was competing with Trump for the ticket. You have to meet that bravado with some bravado. You know, you can't be less than, because then you're just boring and you're like Mike Pence. So, I think that that's going to be very interesting. I'm going to read on all of these teams and all of the appointments that he's going to put in there. The borders I think is going to be fantastic. That guy is going to be no nonsense. And I you know, again, prediction on the border, what I think we're going to get, I think we're going to get a roundup of, like I said, like, let's get the first million out. I think they're going to round up anybody who is detained. I do think that we're going to empty our prisons. I think anyone who's an illegal that's here in prison for a crime, I think is going to be sent back to their country of origin. I think that's going to happen. You know, there's really no reason to keep them here. They should be dealt with in their own country, never to return. I think we're going to come up with a system of identification for those criminal, illegal immigrants, aliens, whatever you want to call them. I think they're going to come up. Stephen Magnus, good morning. So I think that they're going to come up with a diagnostic genetic testing way of identifying those individuals. So I think that is something that's going to happen, which is going to be very, very interesting. And then I think they are going, I mean, I know that the borders said in his discussion with AOC some time ago, we could deport whole families. I think they're going to sit down and talk to those people that have been here with some kind of tenure. I think they are going to do an analysis of individuals that have contributed and have valuable skills and can contribute to the American experiment. I'm going to keep calling it the American experiment. So I don't think, you know, everyone's so worried, like, oh, it's going to be mass deportation. I do think we're going to see some deportation, but I think we're going to see a careful examination of who's going to be on the team. Saying this from my high school football field. So I think there is going to be a careful examination of who's going to be on the team. And I do think that Elon Musk is going to have a say in this, because he is one of the people that talks about, repopulating the planet. So if we have a body of people here that can contribute to the American experiment, then why not? And I do think that this is revolution 2.0. I think this is the American Revolution 2.0. And I think that we're going to see some very, very interesting changes in our world, and in America specifically. I think we're going to see some very interesting changes. I think a lot of people are going to be upset about it, but they're going to be upset about the processes, like the woman who's screaming when she's giving birth, it's never going to come out. Trust me, the baby's going to come out one way or the other. Will Trump really have IVF treatments covered under insurance? I do think that he's going to do that. I think the world of insurance, and this is one of the reasons why I might want to dip back into insurance. I think the world of insurance is going to become very different. As a broker, as an insider, fun fact, insurance is not in the business of paying claims. They're in the business of taking premium. But I think that is going to change. I think there's going to be a slow restructuring of that, because it's basically legalized gambling. Like, you're going to pay somebody and maybe you might want to use it. And if you do, you get to pay more after. So I do think that there is going to be some concession for that. I also think there's going to be concession for other things. For example, abdominal restasis, I think it's called, when your ab muscles separate after being pregnant. And I think that there'll be some concession for that, for corrective surgeries that are now considered elective surgeries. So I think we're in for some very interesting stuff. Nancy Pelosi. So I see the comment about her. Yeah, Pelosi, I think her time has come, but I don't think that she is going to go to jail or anything like that. I think she is going to die in a very comfortable bed in her mansion in San Francisco. I think she's gonna work around that bit. So what impact will Bobby have? The impact that Bobby's going to have, I think they're really going to put him on health and food. I think that's the best place for him to be, because it's the least controversial, sans the whole vaccination thing. I think it's going to be, I think they're really going to try and keep some reins on him. They want to kind of hold him back a little bit, which I think is fine. I really liked RFK Jr. I thought that he was a very interesting addition to our American politics. Here, I got to take you guys through this. So this is the cage warren that they make us go through whenever we come to a football game here. It's the fatal funnel, so that we can, here, I'll let you guys see. So this is my old high school, and it's the baseball field that my brother-in-law was quite the legend on. So, oh, sorry. Oh, there's my car. Hi, car. I love this little car. I'm very happy with this little car purchase. So, let's get in. Woo! Look at that blue sky. So, hang on, guys. So, it was a hell of a run. Not a run. It was a walk. It was a slow walk. But, so guys, I will be back later. Whew! Live. Ooh, look at that double chin. Holy crap. That was 6,000 steps, guys. Nope. Let me see. Distance, 2.55. 2.5 miles today, guys. That's a bump up from yesterday. So life is good. Life is good. End workout. There we go. All right. So, woo! All right. We're going to keep doing this. It may be earlier in the morning. So my English friends may get to see me walking in circles more than my American friends. But thank you so much, everybody, for... Yes, there are some secrets in that school. I'll take you guys on a tour and I'll show you the smoking section. We had a smoking section when I was here. That's how old I am, is we had smoking sections when I was in school. But I'm going to go to physical therapy now. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. I will be live a little bit later on. I'm going to try and get some content done, production content done in between. But I appreciate everybody sticking with me. I hope you had some fun with the walking predictions. We'll do walking predictions. Maybe we'll do it like twice a week so you guys don't have to see it every day. You know, when I do start running, it's going to be hard for me to do it. So I'll do like walking prediction and then I'll go for a run. Look at this double chin. I look like... who was that guy? The one that was fake on MTV. I can't remember it. You guys, I'm sure you remember it. So, all right, cheerio. I'm gonna go. Grumpy, you feel better. Thanks for modding for me, and everybody else. I hope you all had a good walk, a good run, a good cup of coffee while I was doing this. So I will see you all soon. This is such a terrible shot. But yeah, look at that sky roof back there. Look at that big, beautiful sky. It doesn't always look like this here. It is not gorgeous in New Jersey. So I will see you guys a little bit later on today. Ta-ta for now.